Well, if the Lich knows we stole a key, whatever. We stole it from his incompetent guard.
Yeah, if Yuzam dies, Yuzam dies.
I don't think that'll lead to his death, probably.
That's exactly the way a rogue would think, Tori.
This was Katie's idea.
Yeah.
It absolutely was. I'm gonna get Yuzam killed.
He doesn't understand the weight of life.
Good evening, fellow geeks. Welcome back to another episode of Stolen Fate. We left off as all of you are approaching the Witchweird Beacon. You just received your gracious gifts. They were part of the deal. And you are heading out with Yuzam to the Ruins of Ko for the first time. So after you guys receive your gifts, Usilkit gestures to the Witchweird Beacon, which spins and whirs with a magical energy. It cracks with lightning, and then the circles snap into a specific position, and a blue field of energy opens in front of you. Clearly looks like a portal. Usilkit is going to hand Krunk an etched stone. When you wish to come back, make sure that you are holding this stone. Present it to where you exit the portal from, and it will open the portal back.
It shall be done.
It must be you presenting the stone, just so you are aware.
Why is that?
It is a safeguard to make sure nobody steals the stone and comes back through. So don't die, or your party will have to walk back.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
Best of luck. Yuzam gestures to the portal. Let's do this.
Lead the way.
Yuzam walks through the portal. All of you follow, I imagine.
Yeah, we do.
Excellent. So a strange sensation of your stomach turning upside down, getting dizzy for a moment, and you guys are suddenly in the blink of an eye elsewhere. Out in front of you, you guys can see what appears to be a sprawling, ruined city. From this distance, there's jungle around all of you, and a pathway leading into the ruins. The one notable thing that you can see from here that definitely catches your eye is there appears to be a river running through the center of the ruins, and rising up from that is a vortex of water and a big globe of water at the top of it. That's a ways out off in the distance, though. Yuzam starts scurrying forward. Welcome to the Ruins of Ko.
It's, honestly stunning.
I've heard your, advisor, counselor, I don't know who he is to you, Usilkit. He keeps explaining the Well of Oxala as if it's a certain location within the ruins, and I suppose it is, but I like to think of it as more of an effect. That, and he gestures to the big globe of water, is the Well of Oxala, and its influence can be felt throughout.
How do you mean?
It's going to be a bit of a strange sensation when you first walk in. One gets accustomed to it, but it has strange effects on people the first time they visit. This is also what makes magic unpredictable and wands and staves more powerful. And also it is what can fry you alive if it were to malfunction, but we've never seen that happen.
Oh, okay.
How long has it been running like that? Does anybody even know?
As long as we've known about the ruins.
Okay. Will Lord Trexima be watching our entire journey, or
Lord Trexima is no longer with us.
Oh, thank the gods.
Gingham, I imagine that you filled them in.
Oh, I.
Now, once we enter the actual veil into the well, then he may be watching at any point, so we should not talk about it.
So you can scry within the ruins, just not, like, from outside?
Lord Trexima seems to be immune to some of the stranger effects of the well, though as I understand it, he has had trouble with teleportation himself. But scrying does not seem to be an issue for him.
Listen, you saw him.
Yes.
Since we are not being watched, I just feel it is prudent if I tell you. If you betray me, or if you have lied to Gingham about your intentions, I will tear the limbs from your body and feed them to you.
As I understand, I am a vile Hadi, and you wish to see me torn apart
No.
unless I do you a favor.
It has nothing to do with that. It is I have put myself and my reputation on the line for this, in order to save you and your people.
I understand, and we are grateful. No betrayal will be had.
Well,
There.
except
Alright.
for the one against the Lich. Okay, anyway. Sorry. Bad time for a joke.
Well, it is better than what I was gonna say. I was gonna say he better had he not.
That is worse. Okay.
I shouldn't have said it. I have regrets.
Listen, I have this anti-scry spell. Would that be better to cast here or inside? I don't want to stoke
Cast it now
suspicion.
to be safe.
Okay.
Any other wand preparations you need, I would wait until we get inside. But if it has to do with scrying or the like, I would do it beforehand.
Well then, here you go, Crunk. And Jack will cast Veil of Privacy on you. And don't forget that mask.
Ah, yes. Well, I suppose you all won't miss this face. And he covers it up.
Now, to give a few more details before we enter, not all of the Hadi are on board with this, and should a fight break out, I don't know how you intend to defeat him, but should a fight break out, not all of the Hadi will stand with you. My mother and my uncle, they have organized a resistance, and there is a man who leads the militia. His name is Nahid. I will make sure that I introduce you to Nahid, my mother Tefara. Sorry, that's my uncle Tefera. And my mother Yilmaz. Now, do not discuss the plans with them. You will know them as we walk by. They will introduce themselves with a hand across the chest, and they will point one finger outwards. Make sure that they are unharmed.
Well, we'll do what we can, but these things can get messy.
We understand the risk.
Listen, Crunk, when we get in there, and get in there up close to Lord Trexima, would you want me to sort of be your mouthpiece? I just know you, no offense, you just aren't always the smoothest with lying and that.
Yes, Jack. I would appreciate such things.
Okay. Well,
And Gingham, if you have anything helpful to say, please.
Oh, I think we could leave it to Jack.
You guys know I have a spell called Telepathic Bond. That
yeah,
has
we've used it before.
Yeah, I've got it's 8-hour duration. If you guys want me to prepare that, I could use one of my damage slots.
Yes, I think that would be good.
Wait. Can your Lich friend read minds?
I'm not certain. Perhaps. I wouldn't put it past him. He's very magically gifted.
Do we want to risk it anyways? If he's reading our minds, he's going to know that we're lying anyways.
Okay, maybe not then, or maybe we could cast it and you guys could use it just in case of emergency, like as a and
try to use just
thing.
one word, like commands to each other.
Jack also has double speak, so you guys will be able to understand if he has a hidden message in just what he says. But I think I like it just in case there's anything super important that you guys need to tell Jack. like in a moment of duress or
I think that's
something.
really, really smart. Okay, I took out a disintegrate and I put in telepathic bond.
Let's not be chattering back and forth, just tell me something if we need to exchange information, but otherwise let's assume that he can read minds.
I will keep it to the minimum.
Stop! Izam holds up a hand, and as you stop, you guys can kind of see right in front of you. It's like the light is ever just so slightly distorted. Like there's a very thin waterfall running in front of all of you. This is where we will enter the influence of the Well of Oxima. Now, just to prepare yourselves, you're going to black out for a couple seconds, since this is your first time visiting. This is normal. You may feel a strange sensation come over you, and it may feel alarming. Your instinct may be to resist it, but I can tell you that the Well of Oxima bestows gifts. I would give in to the feeling and not try to resist. You do as you wish, but I feel like you will be disappointed should you try to resist it.
All right.
That's unsettling.
No more rebellion talk once we cross this barrier.
Of course.
Good. After me. He steps through. And you even see like a little splash that looks kind of like water when he steps through, though he doesn't seem wet after he crosses.
Perhaps I should go first so I don't fall on any of you.
Oh.
Okay, Krunk will go next.
Okay, Krunk, you step through and you indeed black out for a moment. Would you like to roll a will save?
Yeah, 100%. I want to roll a will save, Chase.
Okay.
I don't like that question.
You
Is
black
this-
out for a couple seconds and you snap out of it, still standing up but a little off balance. You feel very weird.
Ugh, a 32.
Okay, 32, you're fine.
Am I? Because I'll use a hero point if I'm not.
I mean, fine is real. You saved. You succeeded your save.
Okay, so that means I critically succeeded because I get a critical success anytime I succeed.
Sweet.
Okay.
You're through. And that weird feeling fades away. All right. Who's next?
What do you think, Gingham? Didn't they say that this whole well thing has extra weird effects on puppets?
Oh, they did. Maybe you go next in case you have to fight me for whatever reason.
What do you think, Birch? Should I just let it happen?
Birch sniffs the air and gives the raccoon equivalent of a shrug.
Okay. Oh, I wonder what it'll do to you, Jack says as he goes through the portal.
All right, you black out for a couple seconds, Jack. Krunk and Gingham, you see him kind of space out for a second. You wake up, you feel a weird sensation. You roll a will save or no?
I think I'll let it happen.
Excellent. Roll me a d4.
I got a 4.
Okay. You get a free feat. Which is, it's not one that you get to pick. I'm going to give it to you. Now, I'm going to let you see the feat here. I'm going to drag it onto your sheet. I'll let you read it over. Oxima's Awakening. Now, you as a spellcaster, you can choose to, instead of getting this feat, as you feel this weird energy wash over you and you kind of accept it, you feel that it feels good. It feels like it's enhancing your magic slightly. You can choose to get rid of this bonus feat, and instead, you'll be immune to the effects of the magical interruptions in this place. But only here, not elsewhere. So you can either keep this feat permanently, or you can become immune to spells doing wacky stuff while you're in code.
Okay, so by resisting here, you mean the whole area of the ruins of Ko? I will read it for people
for the
curious.
viewers.
Oxima's Awakening. Choose 2 cantrips from the arcane spells list. You can cast these cantrips at will as arcane innate spells. A cantrip is heightened to spell rank equal to half your level, blah blah blah. Then choose 1 first rank spell and 1 second rank spell from the arcane spells list. You can cast each of these spells once per day as arcane innate spells. So I guess some new
That's so
spells.
cool.
My gosh, I have so much regret.
I think it felt on brand for Crunk, though.
It really did.
Or to prevent my magic from being wacky in here, I think I will keep the feat, because Jack doesn't do a whole ton of like vital spell casting anyway. So
Okay. You got it. Congratulations on your bonus feat.
okay, I just get that then. From
You just
Chase
get
has
it.
a sneaky smile.
he does
Chase
have
has a
sneaky
dangerous-
smile.
You just
I
get
don't
it.
like it.
Sneaky
I don't
smile.
like it.
I
No
don't know what
strings
you're talking
attached. This will definitely not come back to bite you.
Hey, would you like to take this free feat? You'll get spells,
You
and
want a
it's
free
called
feat?
Oxima's Awakening.
Isn't it
that
so
sound
cool?
nice?
Isn't it so
Ooh.
exciting? Don't
By
you
the
want these free
way-
spells?
By the way, the Lich is immune to certain magical things in here, but
Does this affect Birch then? Because he's sort of the source of my spell casting. Or does this come to Jack directly?
That comes to you directly, so you don't need Birch to cast those ones.
Wow.
Natural
Oh, no.
Ability.
Natural, gifted to you by a strange thing that made you unconscious for a short bit, and then all of a sudden you were blessed. Ooh.
Oh, you
You
do
know-
have a familiar though. Do you want Birch to save or no?
No, I want to give in to it, so I don't know. That's why I was asking if this is a thing that was.
I think he's
affecting
allowing
Birch?
Birch to also
Birch gets
choose.
his own save or not. Save.
Oh, well, Chase, you're kind of half Birch, so he gave an indifferent shrug. I think Birch knew that Jack was going to let it happen, so you can tell me what Birch decided to do
Yeah,
or
Birch
not
will
do.
follow your lead and not
Okay.
save against it. Birch gets an extra familiar ability every day, permanently.
Wow.
Whoa! Wow!
What? Katie, fail intentionally.
Katie, fail.
Katie,
Okay.
fail.
I will pick my spells then, but Jack kind of blinks out of the black out state and he feels a little more magical. Also, I'd like to point out that this is the second time I have frozen up and woken up with magical abilities. What's that saying? If I had a nickel for every time I blacked out and woke up with magical abilities bestowed on me by some mysterious entity that I don't know, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird it happened twice.
That's so funny.
It is actually really weird that it's happened
Yeah.
twice. It's a
Mhm.
concerning pattern.
We've hit the concern amount, yes.
All right, Gingham, what happens to you?
Well, Gingham trusts Yasum because Yasum came to Gingham first. So Gingham's gonna walk through and let it happen.
Okay, so you walk through, and the first thing that is immediately noticeable is when Gingham steps through, Gingham immediately fades away into a new appearance, and they look like Ginny. Still the same
hell.
height as Gingham, but they
Oh.
look
Ugh.
like Ginny.
Oh, that's
It's really
disturbing.
excessively horrifying.
Chase,
I
you
was
understand
excited.
how tall Gingham is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
you look like a little
I
halfling.
think that Kronk would go, "Ugh," and kick Shitty like a punt, like a football.
Do it.
All right. And then you're not saving against it?
No, I'm not saving.
Okay, excellent. Roll me a d4.
I love rolling flat checks for you, Chase.
This is not really a flat check. It's
It's kind of a flat check.
similar.
A
Also a
4.
4.
Also
Alright, you-
awakened?
Also get Oxima's Awakening.
Oh no.
As a puppet.
Oh no.
Why? Oh no!
I don't know. It's just my thought yours was really, really sketchy. And I'm afraid that most of the party now has this.
All right, would you like to convert yours into your spell casting not being just like altered at all here, or would you like to keep Oxima's Awakening? You are also going to get the toughness feat for free.
Whoa! Wait.
That's so
Oh, because
pretty.
pop it.
Mhm.
Oh, that's so cool.
Does that mean she doesn't have weakness to
No,
fire?
she still does.
You know, I think I'm going to take the magic immunity.
Yeah. Okay, free toughness. Oxima's Awakening goes where you're able to harness this energy into kind of like an understanding. Like you can feel your connection to your magic. It feels different here, and you're able to kind of gain an understanding about how it feels different.
Oh.
All right. So you guys step through.
I look like I can see that I'm human, right? Like my
Yeah,
proper perception doesn't. Oh,
Yeah,
look,
no.
I have hands again.
It's like Crunk was winding up to kick, and then as I have hands again, and he's like, oh! Ooh.
It's
Gingham
raining
flinches. Huh?
Your eyes feel so dry, Gingham.
Don't like this. What is happening?
Ugh. I've never seen a human this tiny.
Oh, oh.
Disconcerting with your little phalanges.
But now the rest of me matches.
Izal
Unfortunately.
sniffs each of you, and he sniffs Crunk and snarls his nose. Trust me, I see.
I felt something happening to me. I resisted it. It's nothing personal.
I told you not to. I told you exactly what it was.
Out of game, I did forget.
You were so quick to it. I was like,
you were like, a will save? Yes, I'm making the
I don't
will
want
save.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to
I'm
have
just like,
what's
wow.
happening to me. I don't
Okay.
like it. I don't like people changing me and stuff.
You're just fully embodying Crunk.
yeah. Tori and I
yeah,
over here like, right, makes sense.
That makes sense. I think that in retrospect, I would have done it still. But yeah.
Fair enough. All right, we move onward. Don't be alarmed by the heat. It'll go away soon. As you step forward and follow him further in, a few more steps forward, and you do feel the awful, awful heat. It feels like you have stepped into a supercharged, but then shortly after, you see a little shimmer cover your skin, and the temperature regulates back to normal.
Ooh.
You all look a little bit misty after that happens, like you're like ever so slightly wet.
Is this the effects of a spell of some kind? I'm so curious. A little
Some sort of magic. It's from the well.
Arcana?
Sure.
I want to know.
Are you master in Arcana?
I'm only expert.
You are not sure.
I'm master in esoteric lore, which is basically master in arcana. Can I make a check?
Uh-huh.
This is the dumbest thing Pathfinder's ever done. Sorry, Paizo. I didn't cut that out. They don't need to know that I think that.
I'm gonna use the brooch because that'll just take the minus away. I'm gonna nat 20 it.
Nat 20 it. Yeah. You're not exactly sure what the Well of Oxima is. It would require like extensive studies, but it is a persistent spell that's being cast that's regulating your body temperature. Let's see here. Let's talk about a little bit of what you can gather from this. So seeing what's giving the source, this is a ley line of sorts, like the same kind that you just dispelled. Maybe a less sinister one. They vary. They're not all evil. So this one is regulating temperature to beings that it determines are worthy for whatever its motives or triggers. Living creatures that are in here are being gifted special things if they don't resist it, like you just saw. Semi-living things, like sentient objects such as puppets, get extra vitality here, and their connection to their being that they are tethered to is reinforced. Non-living creatures may have adverse effects. Magical creatures such as familiars are going to be empowered here, and that's going to be a permanent effect. As you kind of start walking, Gingham, you notice that if you give a little hop, gravity is kind of weird here, as if the well is drawing you upwards. You guys are like in low gravity.
Gingham totally just without even saying a word looks around, crouches, and then yonk, like 2 Crunk's height and back down. Oh, Jack, you have to try it.
I don't like that.
A little hop.
Jack does a little run and then a handspring. That's what I'm thinking of. Jack does a handspring. Oh my gosh, this is insane.
Right. Oh,
This is going to give you a plus 10 to your acrobatics or athletics to jump. So
Whoa!
the gravity is different here, and is Crunk like jumping while Gingham
52 athletics.
Jesus.
I don't know. He just launches. Crunk
Goes
takes
to
off
the
like
atmosphere.
a rocket.
also, when
Hi,
Crunk does that, you can tell that also there is no fall damage here.
He's just going, he's like, "Ah!" Ah! There's a crater where he lands. Didn't hurt.
Oh, it's so gravity is less here. Also, this is a ley line, but we might not want to bring not living things through with us.
Like what?
Oh, you know, like
I have to leave my pet zombie at home. Damn it.
You feel like you can pull on all kinds of different little threads of magic here if you were to try it, Gingham. And this applies for everybody. All of you can cast any arcane cantrip at any
Gingham?
time while you're here.
Okay, where's the arcane list? Because you know what I have to do now. Cast
I'm just
all
gonna
of
just
them.
start casting
I
everything.
really am.
That's absolutely horrific. There's some. Wait, Chase, even like the uncommons?
Yep.
Arcane.
Like torturous trauma?
Yep.
You batter a creature's internal organs, leaving no external signs of the immense pain you delivered.
I'm not gonna do that, but
You
Funny.
said all of them.
You're right. I said all arcane. I just want to see. Just
While you're
How
browsing
about
that,
ancient dust? You cough up a cloud of gray soil.
that's absolutely the first one that happens right now.
that's
Just-
how Gingham's like, oh, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah, Gingham just.
I've always wanted to do this one.
Oh, look at this.
I'll also tell you the mechanical effects of staves and wands with your nat 20. Whenever you add a charge to a stave, you add another charge. So basically charges are doubled. And then when you cast a wand, the first overcharge is free and will not break it. And then when you overcharge it to break it, the DC is 6 instead of 10.
Wow.
That's pretty great.
And then if you are ever to make a sentient construct within the effects of the Well of Oxima, the effect will become permanent.
Oh, okay. I'd like to roll a craft check.
Crunk immediately gets down in the mud, starts putting stuff together.
Crunk actually makes an evil snowman.
Of sand. An evil sandman.
An evil Sandman.
Spoiler alert, Crunk is how the Sandman myth was
26
born.
is definitely evil.
So Yazam will lead you guys as you're playing around with all of this. As you're goofing off and messing with things, he'll occasionally like hold a hand up. Careful. He'll navigate you around certain paths, and as you walk by, you can see little faint glances of runes and traps and things that he's helping you navigate away from. There's a lot of them. Like would have been a pretty treacherous path to try to navigate on your own. But he seems to have it memorized. As you guys are walking, you navigate through what appears to be like an abandoned city street. Kind of looks similar to how Absalom looks, but abandoned and crumbled. As you're walking, suddenly there is a number of fire portals that open all around you. Just an intense heat you feel on your faces as swirling portals open up. Yazam looks very panicked. This is not part of it. I don't know what this is. This is not a trap that I'm familiar with. Protect me? And from those portals start erupting just a plethora of different demons.
Take their heads! The mountain man wants them!
And You see a familiar one of these. This is the same type of demon that you fought in the desert.
Oh yeah. The
Balthazar!
tyranny demon.
Yes,
Yep.
that's correct.
You see one of those. You see 4 Chungus Toadmen, as you so kindly call
Man,
them.
we just cannot get rid of these guys.
And then you see 2 of these, which are new. Katie, why don't you tell us about this guy?
This is if Roadhog made a deal with just the ugliest kind of demon. And the demon said, all right, you have 4 tusks and the gnarliest hair, but also wings, ?
Really tiny wings.
Like
too.
really tiny, like a Bug's Life, the caterpillar, those tiny wings. That's about how big they are in relation to this Roadhog looking character. It is a giant pig with a skull necklace. They look like just mostly human. They're also swinging a severed head around.
That's fine. That's
Yeah.
fine.
And as they step through the portals surrounding all of you, this demon right here, the Tyranny Demon, gives you all a sinister grin. The Prince of Wolves sends his regards. And then from behind you, you hear one of these pig-like demons just start screaming in agony. And then he explodes. And then this one screams and explodes. And then the Chungus Toadmen all explode. And then the Tyranny Demon melts into a puddle of goo. And you all get 80 experience.
All right.
What?
Well, that was easy.
You guys are like showered in some gore from all of the explosions. It smells awful.
Oh, this is an excellent time for you all to use prestidigitation.
Yeah, it cleans you right off. That's why you don't use teleportation magic here.
So kind of them to give us a first-hand lesson.
I did roll a flat check for all of them. That could have been very bad. Had I rolled a bunch of really good rolls.
They just all
failed.
exploded. Okay.
Yeah,
I was like, wow, Chase just kind of doing a cute little demonstration for us. But nope. The dice said, get out of here, demons.
Get thee hence.
Satan.
That tyranny demon didn't look like... Or actually, how does it work when demons die in Pathfinder lore? Did they just go back to their realm, or are
They're dead. They're gone.
Oh, they're dead.
Devils will sometimes go back to the hells as lesser devils.
Got it.
That could have been dangerous.
Yeah, nothing we haven't seen before. Jack tucks his rapier away. No big deal.
Jack, I don't think I've seen those pig things before, actually. I
Okay,
was
that's
looking
true.
forward to taking one of their heads and seeing what their insides look like.
Yeah, that would have been new.
You definitely see what their insides look like. Yeah, Katie?
I'm just gonna quietly know what they are.
Uh-huh.
Oh my esoteric bullshittery.
44. Let's see here.
What do I roll? I want to know.
Yeah, sure. It's a
Wait,
religion.
Are you using... Hang on, Gingham. Hold on. I see on that roll a certain...
Oh shit!
taster?
That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. It should be the.
I thought you were just straight up eating their guts
Oh!
to know what they were.
I could. Will you add 2 to that? That's funny. So that's actually
disgusting.
a 46.
No, super taster's already on there.
Oh no! Well, no, but my brooch also gives me a +2, and that's what I meant to toggle. But Ginny will or Gingham will idly go over, open their book, and like, mwah.
Crunk, you have no idea what this is. Gingham, this is a Nalfeshni demon.
That one was real.
Oh, is that real?
I triggered myself.
Oh, man. Nalfeshnis are huge, corpulent, boar-headed demons that hoard treasures and knowledge alike and form from the souls of avaricious mortals. Few demons understand the inner workings of the abyss itself, like Nalfeshnis, and it's not unusual for a Nalfeshni to see itself as a servitor of the abyss itself first, rather than bow before a demon lord. Some claim stewardship over the fleshy realms that birth new demons, while others guard sites of particular significance deep in the plains of secret reaches. An Alfeshni's realm in the abyss can easily surpass the strength and size of the largest mortal kingdoms, for an Alfeshni's display a singular gift for managing and manipulating the chaos of the abyss. Like other demons, they always have like a random weakness to some sort of weird moral or such, and these ones have a weakness to forfeiture. So if you ever steal their possessions, it physically harms them.
Oh my gosh, Jack!
You don't say.
Is that for you?
Dang, now I'm extra bummed we didn't fight him.
No,
They are also capable, some of their dangerous features, since you critically succeeded, they are capable of transferring your wealth, even if it's like safe in a bank. If they hit you, they can steal from like your wealth hidden in other places. And then they also can steal your items and make them cursed.
Okay, so actually...
That's fine. Yeah, they can stay exploded.
Gingham just tastes like abyss mixed with weird hints of golden wealth. Oh, these things will steal from you just by hitting you.
Stop it! Make them stop!
Sorry.
Make them stop, Jack, please! Jack, please!
Okay, that's enough, Gingham. Thanks for the information. I think it's maybe less relevant now that they're exploded into a pile of goo.
Stop tasting them, please!
It's just a quick swipe into their book. Right.
Careful, Crunk, you're about to step on a trap.
Oh, there's also traps. Lovely.
Follow me. You guys continue following Iazam?
Yeah, as we go by the traps, I would like to try and find where they are. I know Yazam is leading us around them, but I would still like to keep an eye out for them to just sort of mentally log that away.
So log it away, you can roll me a survival.
I'm not good at survival.
Can I roll it?
Yep. To try to remember like the safe path, absolutely.
Yeah.
I went master in survival too.
Did you for real? Because I rolled a 5.
I did. My master things today are survival and nature.
That one! Jack critically failed, so I'm going to remember how to get through all of the traps by hitting them face first.
I feel like this entire
10?
Dynamic between Gingham and Crunk is Crunk getting excited to roll things, rolling worse than Gingham, and then taking it out on the bad guys with nat 20s.
I'm okay with that.
This little thing.
Jack, you don't even you're having a really hard time figuring out how he's avoiding these. It looks like he's taking nonsensical routes. It's very confusing.
I prefer to memorize a route that is really wrong.
Yeah, I like it.
Gingham's tugging on Jack. No.
And Gingham, you feel like you get a pretty decent knowledge going back through.
Good.
All right, as you guys get further into the ruins, you can see off ahead there's kind of a vibe change of the city. Instead of being like pretty standard normal buildings, there's a lot of domed buildings that Crunk look kind of familiar to you. Your time at the Magambia, you would see a lot of different magical academies have kind of this style of architecture. And in fact, you know from your banter and your knowledge before that this is the domes of Polymatum. So this is likely where the Shadow Academy is located, where you are going to be visiting the Lich. Sorry, not Shadow Academy, the Phantom Academy.
Wow. This is so reminiscent of the Magambia, where I went to school, actually. I don't know if I've ever told you all about that. But that's where I heard about this place originally.
Wait, did you go to school at the Magambia?
I did! Jack. You're always a rascal.
Gingham's behind Jack, hand over human mouth now.
Yeah, now your expression is a lot more readable.
Oh no,
Gingham.
it can be read.
You should be extra expressive because you forgot how to control your face.
I should. I should go wash this off right now and come back with a normal face.
That's cool. I never went to school. Well, I guess I'm going now.
Kind of.
Did you guys hear like an ominous sound?
Was it crackling?
And just like an overall empty air, horrific sound. Like a whoo.
Oh, that's what I sound like. Wait.
Oh
What?
yeah. Yep, there it is.
Hey, Yasam, what is that sound?
It's just noises echoing through the city walls.
How is that all? Voices echoing through the city walls.
It's nothing you need to worry about.
We might need to worry about it.
Does Yazam speak Isoki? Or do they have their own Hadi language?
Yasam's been speaking in common up to this
Yes, that is my assumption. I guess I'll ask him if they have their own language among their people.
They speak a few. We mainly speak Infernal, but we are familiar with Isoki typically as well.
Okay.
All right. So as you guys get here, you approach a very large building with there's a dome on the eastern side of it that rises above the rest of a more square-shaped building. And as you approach, there's a broken porch that has a double door of white stone. As you approach, there is a couple of Hadi right here that are guarding the door. Go ahead and I'll let, I think it's Tori's turn to describe one of these.
Oh, okay. It's a Hadi with a fiendish rat folk is kind of what we've been describing them as. This one's dressed in rags and has a hand crossbow and some sort of probably alchemical bomb in the other hand that is lit, ready to throw. I assume that the guards do not have active bombs lit and ready to throw at this moment.
No, they don't. They're holding them, tossing them up and down kind of casually, but they're not.
Yeah, they've got, and then this one's got some probably like reagents or something strapped to his belt. Do they look... Could I get a sense of how disciplined they seem or not? Like how well appointed these guards are?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll me a society.
Oh, interesting. I got a 39.
These guards look, I mean, like they're pretty well disciplined for like rookie guard standard. They're not like going to be military trained. They don't look incredibly disciplined or dangerous for somebody like yourselves.
Okay.
AKA mechanically, they look pretty weak.
Yeah. Yeah.
It could step on their skull and it would pop like a grape.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I'm not concerned.
Yazam approaches, and he does speak something in Infernal. Do any of you speak Infernal?
Ooh,
let me absolutely do.
I speak Aklo.
Wait a minute. What's Infernal these days? Is it diabolic or Chthonian or demonic?
Demonic. That's the one.
Okay, I speak that.
I don't.
All right. So, Jack, you can hear Yazam speak. He's going to say, "These are the esteemed guests for Lord Trexima. They require entry. I'm escorting them to see him." The other ones, they step up and they kind of sniff all of you suspiciously. They look kind of grumpy about you. This one over here gestures to Yazam. They go in alone. As a group, of course. Yes, but you do not go with them. Yazam nods. Of course. And then both of these Hadi both hit a hidden button on these two pillars right here simultaneously. And when they do that, there's a green shimmer that looks like it drops off of the door that you didn't see previously. And then Yazam opens the door.
Can I just...
Arcana?
Yeah, for sure.
26.
26 is enough to know that there was some kind of magical trap crunk that they disarmed.
And then what about the 35?
35, Gingham. The trap was going to be a pulse of necrotic energy if anybody tried to open the door. Looked like a pretty powerful one, like it would have hurt.
Noted.
All right, he leads you into here, which appears to be a foyer. This sizable entryway has a crystal skylight and a tiled floor that slopes downward toward another double door with white stone. Dark stains and corroded pits mar the door. Whiffs of smoke, cooking smells, and fouler odors drift through them.
Nice place you guys got here.
Thank you.
I'll
Is
say
this-
that in infernal. I'm trying, or demonic.
Okay, yeah. He'll answer back in demonic as well.
Is this the school? The academy?
This is the Phantom Academy, yes. There are no longer classes taught here.
Can't imagine why.
You don't say.
2 guards scooch up behind you guys and they close these doors behind you.
So you're not going any farther with us?
Oh no, I will go with you until we get to Trexima's chamber. And he's going to take off a key ring and he's going to take out one of the keys and unlock this door here for all of you.
Can
And
Gingham subtly poke Jack about the key?
yeah, for sure.
Oh, like you want me to take it?
Well, just like it's there.
Jack is gonna pay attention to where Izam stows the key.
Next
Okay.
time Krunk accidentally makes a distraction, Jack will grab it.
Maybe, we'll see.
Excellent. Now, as you guys open the door, there's immediate commotion. There's chattering and screaming and people wrestling and people sparring. All of them Hades. You can see right here, this very large token is not a giant Hades. This is a mob of Hades. They are just generally being rambunctious. They all look a bit crazed.
That's
As
a
we just-
horrifying rambunctious.
In this room, rubble and newer materials from the jungle have been fashioned into nesting areas in an enormous hall. Every corner looks lived in, from stone shelves and alcoves to the hollows among the intruding tree roots. Decorations of crystal, plants, textiles, fur, feathers adorn the space. Cooking fires burn here and there, there's smoke collecting in pockets in the high vaulted ceiling, escaping through cracks and holes. The place smells pungent with mixed scents, some of them bitter, and some of them even more unpleasant. As Yazam walks you in here and escorts you, he gestures to the north, and you can see 2 figures up here that both put a fist to their chest with a finger pointing upwards. And there is this gentleman. Em, I believe it's your turn.
Okay, so it appears to me and my untrained eye to be a white version, like a very, very pale color of these. Is it a rat? I can't tell. It's wearing all these big cloaks. It's
It
really
is a Hadi.
It's a Hadi? Okay,
Uh-huh.
so this is a Hadi with white fur and a monocle. He also has a headband with glowing blue runes. A purple shroud covers its head and runs down its back. And then it's wearing a red, bulky robe with little yellow markings at the bottom that almost look like flames. It also has big bracelets on, is holding a wand in one hand and a staff in the other. Really cool looking. Maybe elderly because their posture is very hunched.
Yeah, looks very cool. I love the art on that one. And then standing next to him, you also see this female Hadi that makes the same gesture. She looks like this. You want to go? Is it Tori's turn? Katie's turn? Out.
Katie's turn. I love her.
Yeah, she's cool. So this is another Hadi, dressed more in the what was that group called in The Mummy that protected the tomb?
I love Katie's descriptions always come with like a huge list. It's a very detailed narrative and a list of pop culture references.
I'm sorry, I can
Katie's
do
a
better.
pop culture
No, no,
data.
it's
I love
great.
it.
It's
I love
great.
it. It's your flavor of description.
Never stop.
But the magi.
Yeah, that's it.
So dressed in like this black with a black outfit with a hood, but also some chainmail underneath. And there's I think that's a crossbow across her back with a staff in hand. She looks super cool though.
Is that a mace or a staff?
I think it's a staff. Just real pointy and looks like
Or
it
a
could
wand.
hurt
I actually
ya.
think it's a wand. It's definitely a wand. It's too short to be a staff, but it's like all
She's-
curled at the tip.
She's definitely not old like the other Hadi.
Yeah.
And it has like cleric-y vibes.
Yeah.
So Yazam whispers, "Stay close," And he kind of squeezes you through all the rubble here. A bunch of the Hadid shitter and hiss at all of you and look kind of displeased. Yazam holds up a paw, like telling them to back off.
There's a low rumble from Krunk's chest.
Yeah, some of them look a little bit frightened of Krunk and back off, but you move through without incident. And as you approach up over here, more towards the northeast, you see another figure in front of a tent sitting in front of a big old straw nest. And he makes that same symbol with his fist and the finger pointing up. Tori, your turn on this one.
Oh, this looks like a more heroic version of the guards we saw outside. another Hadi. He's got a cute little adventurer's outfit. He's also got a hand crossbow and a sword on his back. And they, I guess I don't know, it's he. They are roguishly chewing on a piece of straw.
Roguishly, you say.
So it could be straight out of Redwall.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
All right. Yazam leads you past this gentleman who sniffs all of you approvingly. And then Yazam stands in front of this door and gestures you to move back to a door to the east. Lord Trexima will be through that door. You must enter alone. By alone, I mean the group of you. I may not escort you within unless summoned.
Gingham, perhaps you should stay behind us.
Oh, all right.
Just in case.
Can I do like a cursory just look-sees around this area, Chase? Just to see if there's anything else of note to spot.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception.
Does it have to be blind?
No.
I like rolling dice and rolling poorly. 33.
33, excellent. Yeah, I mean, like, so is there anything particular you're looking for, Krunk? Or just anything of interest?
Okay, so this might actually have been more like a warfare thing I should have rolled, because he wants to see who looks like a threat in here and good escape routes.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, just what's your warfare bonus? We can keep that same roll.
20.
Okay, so it's
So
the
the
same.
same.
Excellent. Yeah, so the biggest threat in the room, like combat-wise, looks to be this gentleman right here next to you. He clearly looks like the most geared and prepared to fight. There's not much of a threat to these aside from the sheer number. Like, if you were to get into a fight, you're going to be vastly outnumbered, but they all actually look like pretty weak foes.
Okay, cool.
And then Gingham, you don't see anything of note that I haven't already described.
Jack will nudge Gingham and raise his eyebrows.
Gingham raises back.
It's been really nice walking with you, Yazam. Thank you so much for your excellent guidance through this place. And I'm using doublespeak. It means Gingham, make a distraction so I can swipe the keys.
Yeah, Gingham. So much fuckery.
Oh my god, I have an idea.
Just don't have to
What's
do
your
anything
idea?
giant. Let's not
No,
go
no,
have
no.
like
A decanter of
Listen.
endless water,
I don't know.
and you're like, let me pour you a drink. Geyser! Spray with water everywhere. You filch his pee. Though we are under the effects of scry, and the guy might not be as distracted as Yazam. Just a thought.
So true.
Well, if the Lich knows we stole a key, whatever. We stole it from his incompetent guard.
Yeah, if Yazam
Yeah.
dies, Yazam dies.
I don't
Yes.
think that'll lead to his death, probably.
That's exactly the way a rogue would think, Tori.
This was
yeah,
Katie's idea.
Yeah,
absolutely was. I'm gonna get
he
you
doesn't
some killed.
understand the weight of life.
Yeah, some. Before we go in, I wanted to know more about, this thing, this magic over us, and the fact that I am now not well, I was before, but in this form now. Why is it that I would turn back into this human form but stay at the same height, you know. I feel like that's very odd type thing. Gingham's making very big gestures right now. You see,
With their
because
tiny arms.
I look like this, but I feel like I'm at a manageable size, but it's still smaller than these two. And I feel like maybe I should be almost as tall as Jack.
What are you trying to communicate?
Creating a distraction.
Gingham's
okay.
distracting you some so that Jack can take the key.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
So
Go ahead
I suppose I'm assisting is what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I
with
will
the
sidle up.
deception.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guess who's took master in deception?
Hey,
It's
what
me.
good timing.
I crit succeed, so you actually get a +3 from Gingham.
Nice,
What
'cause you're a
happens if
card.
multiple targets assist me? Is that possible?
Uh-huh.
Okay, because Birch is also my partner in crime.
Yeah, go for it.
So Birch just critically succeeds.
A +1 because
+1
of our
from
house rule,
Birch. Okay, so then
It's
that'll be a
still
+4. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Demon's Lantern is helping me out here. Okay.
Excellent.
It just can't crit fail. Wow,
You
I
sure
very
shit
nearly crit
tried.
failed. I got a 33.
A 33. Let's see here.
I am prepared to use the hero point.
So Yazam doesn't seem to notice. Nahid down here does seem to notice, but Jack, if you make eye contact with him, he just nods.
All right, I like this Nahid guy. Yeah,
You
when I
would.
do make eye contact with him as part of this swipe, I just very quickly and subtly make the gesture at my chest with like the hand at my chest and the pointing finger.
Excellent.
Okay, great. I've got the keys. Will they come in
Fantastic.
handy? Who knows? But Jack gets a little rush as he swipes this successfully. And then he comes back around to the other side of Yusam and he kind of puts his hand on Yusam's shoulder. You know, that is pretty weird, Gingham. I don't know that Yusam is going to be the one to be able to answer that question. If you're really so curious, we could just go ask Lord Trexima about it.
Oh, that's very true. Gingham cannot hide like a
Sibling shenanigans. All it took was
Bronk
crime
is in
for us
trouble with
to-
these two.
All it took was some crime. Minor crime.
We're bonding over crime.
Yep.
Okay, great. I'm ready to proceed.
Okay. Who's going in first up over here?
I would imagine
Jack?
well, okay.
Oh,
Jack
'cause
will
you're the
look to Crunk
mouthpiece.
for what you
Mhm.
want to do. How do you want to do this, Crunk?
I think that Crunk wants Jack to go first because then Jack can engage in conversation and Crunk can look properly stoic with his little right hand person down by
His
his
knee.
ankles.
His very serious looking, short human Ginny. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Are you putting the mask on too, Crunk?
Yes, I've had the mask on the whole time we've been in this place.
Okay. Great.
All right.
Okay.
And then Jack, then
I'm
Gingham?
going first.
Oh,
I'm
you're
going
going
first, yeah.
Then Crunk, then Gingham.
Yeah.
All right, you open the door, and inside it is just pitch black. It's like there is a wall of pitch blackness. Even with your dark vision, you don't see anything here. Ah, my guests, please enter.
Okay.
A few steps forward. You won't hit anything.
All right. Jack will walk forward, putting on an air of pure confidence.
Excellent. Everybody
poise.
getting in here?
Definitely.
Okay. You hear the door slam shut behind you, and then as you do, there are green firelights that ignite these little bone shrines around all of you. You see, you can suddenly see the room here.
Holy. What?
Listen.
What is in the room with us, Chase?
Let's talk about this room here. Wide carved tunnels with niches full of bones and skulls stretch out ahead. The walls are cracked, the halls slanted downwards. And yeah, let's take a look at what you see here. It appears to be just a litter of different animal skulls that rise up and start floating in the air as the green light ignites the room.
Okay, so you're saying animal, but I distinctly see dinosaur.
Yeah, tell us. I mean,
dinosaurs
dinosaurs
are
are animals. Tell us about it, Em.
Okay.
Describe it.
No, you did great.
Yeah, we've got like raptor skulls, rat skulls, wolf skulls, Dilophosaurus skulls, just a variety of skulls.
They're just
And there
floating
are
in
a
piles.
lot of them. Floating in piles, and they all turn to look at you.
You know, listen, if I could have a room like this in my house, I would.
Is this Gingham or Katie?
This Katie. I would.
Gosh. Okay.
And then very slowly and casually, you see Trexima himself come walking down.
There he is, the man of the hour.
Yeah, Em, go ahead and tell us what Trexima looks like.
He looks like a Lich daddy. He's
Yeah, he
basically a mummified. Katie, stop. As if I didn't start it. Yeah, he looks like a mummy wrapped, so basically skeletal, but wrapped up in bandages. And he's wearing green robes with big pouches around his waist. He's holding up a single hand with just like enveloped in a yellow mist, and his staff is very gnarled and has what looks to be a bunch of finger bones bound together so that they make like a massive cup of fingers. I don't know how else to describe that.
Yeah, there we go.
Does
All right,
Crunk
then.
get a knowledge check from the carnival?
He does. So, Crunk, you succeeded the carnival, so that encounter immediately comes back to you, and you remember seeing like a little play out of this character in the carnival, which gave you an insight to some of his abilities and his knowledges. So, this Lich is immune to death effects, disease, paralysis, poison, and non-lethal damage. Resistant to fire by 15. And he's also resistant to all types of physical damage by 15, except for bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
He has very big resistances against magic. He has dark vision. He is negative energy affinitive. So, what is it called now? What's life energy called? Positive.
Vitality.
Vitality damage will harm him. He, will regenerate if he's destroyed straight back to his soul cage, whatever it may be. He is very difficult to interrupt with his spells. And he can paralyze and drain the life from you if he touches you. And then he's also going to be an incredibly dangerous spellcaster. Also, he is capable of constantly counterspelling as a reaction.
So he's rude. Guys, it's okay. Gingham has a feat for this.
For a lich? For an anti-lich feat?
Well, I mean, kind of. It's called breach defenses, so I can actually bypass a resistance.
Nice.
Welcome. Thank you so much for meeting with me.
Of
I am
course.
Lich Lord Trexima Butoi. It is a pleasure to meet you. I would shake your hand, but it may render all of the nerves in your body useless.
Oh.
Yeah, let's forego that custom. I am Jack. I am the mouthpiece today for the soon-to-be Pact Master Crunk.
An advisor. Very fair. I know not all are versed in diplomacy. In fact, I am quite happy to have somebody on that council that is not a corrupted politician.
Yes,
Tired
those
of
are
all
the
deceiving
worst.
lies.
You prefer someone to deal straightforwardly with you, then?
Indeed. I appreciate you visiting me in such haste. You see, I have always had an amicable relationship with Katapesh, and I wish to keep it that way. And when I heard they were going to have some very fit adventurers venturing into my ruins, I thought that I might try to set a relationship off on the right foot and do a favor for me that will also benefit you.
Very shrewd. I should also introduce our other companion, Gingham. They were formerly a poppet, though the Well of Oxma has had an interesting effect on them, as I'm sure you're familiar with.
I am familiar, and actually I see their true form right now. The Well of Oxma's illusions and effects don't affect me so much. I've attuned myself to it for a many number of years.
Fascinating. I wasn't aware that was something someone could do.
Indeed. Well then, shall we get down to business? I have no refreshments or courtesies to offer you here, just our lifestyles are very different, you see, but I don't want to waste any of your time. I'm sure my pets make you uncomfortable, as they do the typical mortal.
They're quite fascinating.
Thank you. I appreciate that, whether you mean it or not.
Chase, while he's talking through just this cursory stuff, Jack takes a look around, and I just want to do a perception check for anything that might look like a hidden chamber or a touch plate or anything. Jack is immediately on task, which is find out where the soul cage is and what it is, etc. So
Sure.
I doubt it's in here, but he's gonna look and see if there's anything that might clue him in.
Yeah. Roll me a perception and an arcana.
While Jack rolls that, may I please roll some sort of check to know how to deal with these skulls? Like, what are they and stuff?
Yeah, for sure. That's going to be a religion.
What about a 30?
A 30, you have no idea what these are.
I got a 33 on my perception. Do you want me to also now roll Arcana at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this Arcana roll a recall knowledge, or is it just...
It is.
Okay. Then my Arcana is only a 26.
26. So you know that these skull shrines around here have some kind of shimmer to them, aside from the green flame that lit above them. They appear to be enchanted in some way, but you're not sure exactly what they do.
Huh. Okay. As he looks around, and especially when Trexima brings up his pets, Jack will remark, "Oh, yes, they really add an interesting magical ambiance to the room, I must say. The aura coming off of them is... It works well with this whole look you've got going. I'm using doublespeak again, Chase. I want Gingham to try and notice this shimmer, and maybe Gingham will know what it is."
Yeah.
By saying aura.
I'll let you pick that up, Gingham, if you want to roll.
Okay, same
Arcana.
thing, right?
Or an esoteric lore for you.
Do I understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, anyone who's traveled with me long enough would understand.
Ugh, it's dancing around the high numbers today. 33 on the shimmer.
Yeah, Crunk, you know that these enchantments are putting an aura of necromancy boosting. So this is going to empower any necromancy spells quite significantly within the radius of these shrines, which looks like they're clearly covering this room very well.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Gingham knows everything.
43.
With the crit success, it's going to make it so that there is a chance for necromancy damage to be maximized, and it's also going to increase the DCs by 4.
Oh no. Is
Ew.
there, with the critical success, do we know, like, is this something that can be destroyed? Like, are there candles about that are sustaining this aura that we can demolish, or?
Yeah, so the shrines themselves are all radiating a 15-foot aura of this, and they can be destroyed. And then also, Gingham, that will exclude any vitality necromancy.
That's dangerous AF.
Okay, so don't fight him in his home. Got it.
Mm-hmm. Don't fight him in home court. Gingham's eyebrows just...
Jack will take that to mean that Gingham knows what these are and that they're bad news.
Now, I understand that you are looking for specific cards from a specific deck. Ones that appeared in your possessions mysteriously.
Yep,
Well, one of such cards happened to come into my possession, the Tangled Briar. And I would be willing to part with this card and give it to you if you will do me a favor by venturing deeper into the ruins and retrieving some of my lost treasures. I was searching through an obelisk vault deeper in the ruins, and there was a very dangerous creature there that attacked me as I was trying to gather up some of the treasures of the vault. He managed to destroy me, but I was able to revitalize myself as us liches do. But I lost the possessions in the process, and I cannot seem to defeat this creature. He is particularly potent against my being.
I can only imagine how powerful you are. So, not to downplay our skills and talents, but what makes you believe we will fare better?
Let's just say that I believe you are better equipped to face such a creature than myself. I am very powerful, but I do, as with any creature, have weaknesses, and this creature seems to exploit most of them. I'm not going to pretend it's not dangerous. It is still very dangerous for the likes of you, but I imagine you're willing to risk quite a bit to obtain these cards.
What kind of creature are we talking?
It's known as a Radiant Warden. A very dangerous construct that has power over light.
Jack will look at Gingham for a face of recognition.
Is this a craft or a religion?
This one is a craft or an arcana.
Or arcana.
38 and a 37.
All right. Both of you succeed. A Radiant Warden is an enigmatic and strange construct that was constructed thousands of years ago to protect observatories and scholars against the incursion of alien aggression from the Dominion of the Black. Over time, their roles as guardians expanded to include watching over any region where the laws of time and space have worn thin, particularly near portals and permanent gates between planets, planes, and dimensions. Named for both the radial nature of their concentric rings that make up their bodies, as well as the glowing radiance of their attacks, Radiant Wardens carry on their orders, defending sites from invasion with single-minded purposes. Now, these things are gigantic.
Didn't we fight this, but it was like a corrupted version?
You fought a relative of it. But this is what this
Oh!
Oh!
Oh, it's cool.
Wow. That's
Got
scary.
like an aura effect. An aurora effect.
Yeah,
kind of-
somebody describe. I don't remember whose turn it
I think
is.
it's me.
Wait, Tori, I have such a good pop culture one for this.
Oh, go for it.
You know the mechanic things in Wild Wild West?
Nice.
It looks like a spider. It's got spidery legs, and then its body is just a bunch of concentric rings all sort of tangled together and spiky. And then it has two arms protruding from it, both holding gigantic, like, war hammers, basically. And then it doesn't really have a head, but sort of the closest thing to it. It looks like the tip of a morning star is what its head looks like. It's just a whole lot of spiky metal all bundled together.
Has a very spindly elegance to it, though.
It is pretty.
It's kind of like the prettiest crab holding hammers you've ever imagined.
But gigantic, right? You said these are huge. Chase?
Yeah, they are gargantuan mechanically, so they are like size of a building.
Interesting.
So the range of emotion on Gingham's face goes from him mentioning exploiting weaknesses of a horrified to getting the look from Jack to a recognition of
Now,
Could you describe that for a podcast?
I don't know. It's
You made a lot of sound.
I know. Horrified to like eyebrows back to raised as they recognize the aura. So the same look of, oh yeah, I get that. Totally now distracted from the exploiting weaknesses.
So you want us to go retrieve some stuff from this area?
Yes. Now, I'm sure it has it stashed away as it tends to hoard any belongings, but I would like it ideally defeated. Really, though, all I need from you in order for the card is to retrieve a specific set of items. Now, I lost much gear there, and if you do this for me, along with the card, you're welcome to keep any of my gear aside from the specific 3 items I need returned. And also, whatever you may find in the vault is yours as well. I just need a priceless set of art returned to me. 3 paintings specifically. They are named the 3 Dragons. They are sentimental to me.
Sense motive, Chase.
Yeah, for sure.
Same.
Do it blind and do it with deception.
Okay.
Crunk, you do it blind, you do it with perception.
Nat 20! I'm assuming.
I was like, if you can see it, you have to re-roll it.
I rolled some dice.
All right. Crunk, is there something in particular, just trying to see like what he's getting at, if you trust him or...
I want to kind of feel like what sort of sentimental value this is. Like, is it a fondness? Is it like a greed? Like, I want to know if there's like an emotional weak point here off of this art.
He seems just genuinely fond of these items. Like he's got maybe a little wistfulness to his dead, shriveled face.
Oh, cool. We can use that.
Yeah. And Gingham, for you, you feel like he's definitely got a secondary motive to wanting this done. Like there's definitely something he's not mentioning. Jack, you pick up that he seems terrified to even be requesting this, and like it's paining him to do so. But you get like a sense of desperation that he needs this back.
Can I also roll definitely a knowledge on the name of the paintings?
No, because it is just a self-named painting that he did.
I'm just making sure.
Yeah. There's it would be notable.
That he did, Chase. Interesting that he did these
He
himself
just said he did them.
as a lich.
Maybe.
Could mean something.
Art.
Yeah.
Huh.
For the sake of art.
Yes, I painted these when I was still living, and so they hold quite a bit of value to me.
Mm-hmm.
I have enchanted them in my undeath, and to be completely honest, they have become something called living runes, and they are actually extremely dangerous themselves. But if you agree to go retrieve them for me, I do have a deactivation phrase I can give you so they will not attack you.
Chase, in what we have discussed so far about liches and soul cages, is it within the realm of possibility that a soul cage could be split among multiple items or like a set of items?
It would be a single item.
Okay. Can you enchant soul cages?
You
Like-
can.
Okay.
And in fact, they often are enchanted with additional protections and things like that.
Okay. So they'll attack us, basically, unless we have your deactivation word.
Correct.
And there's 3, you said?
Yes, 3 of them.
I wouldn't have taken you for being sentimental, but I suppose we all have multiple sides to us.
When you gain immortality, there are a few things that one must hold on to stop themselves from going insane.
I guess, is he desperate because he is like losing his grip and is going insane and wants these back? Or is that kind of another lie to sort of cover his true intentions?
Yeah, go ahead and see if he's... Yeah, you can do another sense motive to see if he's bluffing about this.
I rolled some dice.
He does seem like he's spinning a tale right now.
Okay. I can only imagine how difficult it must be to hold on to one's humanity when living so long.
Indeed. So, do we have an agreement?
If you wouldn't mind, I just need to confer with the future Pact Master. Of course, he's the one leading this expedition ultimately.
Yes, I will mosey over here and give you space. I just ask you to decide in this chamber so we can come to a decision before you leave.
Naturally. Jack will lead. You can't really get away from these floating heads, but Jack will try and tuck them into some corner somewhere.
Uh-huh.
I think that these terms sound amenable. Jack is speaking very carefully here. This sounds
Dangerous.
Yes, but we've faced danger before, and it seems like this danger might be well worth our while. Jack is saying he thinks this is maybe the soul cage or something related to it. It's clear that these artifacts are very important to Lord Trexima. Again, using doublespeak to convey everything that he suspects. So it would be a shame to deny him these last shreds of his humanity. Especially when we can apparently keep what gear he may have left behind there. And who knows how helpful things like that could be.
Aye.
But as the Pact Master to be, Crunk, do you have any further terms you wish to negotiate?
Is there a way for us to pull out if things go south so that we can attack again once we're prepared?
That seems like a reasonable question, a time limit, as it were, on this kind of request.
You asking the Lich?
Sure, yeah. What if our first attempt doesn't go so well? Do you have any sort of time-sensitive... Is this a time-sensitive matter?
I mean, my gear has been lost for some time, so I would like it done sooner than later, as I fear for the safety of my belongings. The longer they sit, the higher chance they will be damaged. But there's not a specific time limit on it, no.
Well, at least they are well guarded, eh?
Indeed. If your first attempt goes poorly, just know that your work will be undone. This thing seems to have some sort of self-repair. And also, be very cautious if you're going to try to sneak and steal the gear back. I've tried that myself, even using powerful magic, and it appears that this thing has a supernatural sense through the entire vault.
Good to know.
A true seeing ancient artifact beast with a particularly deadly set of skills. Sounds like
Nothing
a
you
Tuesday.
can't handle, I'm sure.
I'm
Crunk is
sure.
absolutely crushed that this guy ruined his cool line. Just talks right. He's just like he's so glad he's wearing a mask because behind he's like,
Oh, dang it. That's something really cool.
I thought I was gonna show him that I was strong and cool, and then he just rambled right onto. Okay, fine, it's fine. Fine, Gingham, are you in agreement?
I think it would be amenable, all of this.
Were any of your followers with you when this happened? Could any of them act as a guide, say?
No, I was acting alone, foolishly.
Would you be opposed to us bringing one under our service for, temporarily of course, just to get us there safely, as they would be more familiar with the ruins than we are?
Yes, Yazam is expendable. You may bring him if you desire.
Excellent.
Anyone who's good in a fight?
Oh, are you serious? No, Hadi are weak beings. I don't think any of them will assist you at all.
Well, table talk. Is there anything else
Do we want to try and convince to see if we can get Yazam's whole family together?
Why not?
Like, do we want to bring them on our mission?
But I think we kind of want them to also help us from the inside, though, right?
I guess that's true. Okay, you're right. I was like, we could just get him out, and then they could be free. We could say, fuck this guy. But yeah, you're right.
We didn't get you a coup, but we did get your whole family out safely.
Your whole family's safe. Isn't that good enough? Isn't that what you wanted, really, all along?
The terms are
was just to live?
fulfilled. Bye.
Yeah, see ya. Okay, if Crunk gives the nod, then...
There's a moment of thought, and then a definite nod to Jack.
Okay, I believe we have come to an agreement. I'm lying, Chase.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and let's see. What's your deception DC?
Oh shit, I hate this.
It's a 36. However, if it makes a difference, though, as I said, I do have slippery secrets, which helps me elude and evade attempts to uncover my true nature and intentions, even if it's a spell or magical effect. And I have the liar card, and I think that's it. I think that's all I have.
I'm so searching on my things
yeah.
to see if I have anything to help.
And Birch is also my partner in crime who can help with deception. So I have what I have.
Yep. Okay, roll with Birch. Let's see if Birch helps.
Oh, Birch does help. He critically succeeds because I'm a master in deception.
Oh, sweet. All right, so that puts your perception DC at 38. 40 with your that ability. Okay. Here we go.
Oh gosh. Can I use a hero point?
Yep.
Okay, please use a hero point to make him roll lower. Please.
-2 from whatever this shows.
Yes.
That's a critical fail, right?
It is.
Yes.
The -2.
From a
Again,
success
I would
to
shake
a
your
crit fail.
hand, except it would harm you. But do you have a map you can hold out?
We do.
Gingham will produce it.
He touches the map with a finger, and a blue glow appears and marks a spot on your map for where this vault is located. Oh, and before you go, I almost forgot to give you the deactivation phrase for the paintings.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
That would have been awkward. He speaks a phrase that Gingham and Jack, you don't understand. It sounds like a language that's unfamiliar. Krunk, you understand it. In Mwangi, he speaks, darkness precedes light.
Krunk is not going to say anything. He doesn't want to give away he knows anything. He wants to come across as a big, dumb guy who can't talk to people.
Excellent.
Jack will attempt to repeat it back, just mimicking the passphrase. Did I get that right?
You did.
He doesn't care if we got it right or not.
Yeah, no.
Krunk, you know it's like a tiny bit off, but it's close. But
Okay.
best of luck to all of you, and I'm glad that we could do such amicable business.
As are we.
All right, he'll gesture to the door, and we'll go ahead and we'll wrap up there.